Welcome back to the group. So for those who are in my channel, you'll be lost to some of what's going on, but not to what I've been working on. So I had this 3-stage filtration system for like a sink, reverse osmosis. It had a carbon, had a sediment, it had 2 DI filters on there, and actually had 6. It was a 6-stage filtration system. And I thought that I would be able to use that for water-fed pollen, but it takes so long to fill up. I mean, it only produces like 100 or 200 gallons a day or something like that. I'm not sure. I forget. But anyways, I had the DI cartridges, so I took them off of the 6-stage filtration system, and I'm probably maybe hook up 2 DI filters, but for right now, I'm using the one to see how that goes. If I need a second one, I'll add that. But here's what I came up with. I want to thank Joseph Gormley, I forget how to say your last name, so excuse me if J Money, that's what I like to call him, J Money in the house. J Money is a very good asset to the group, man. He's a mastermind. I'm glad he's in this group, man. Matter of fact, I might as well just have J Money run the group. You know what? He been sharing a lot of great ideas, and he is the only one in the group sharing on a regular. So he deserves a promotion. I'm gonna make him moderator. J Money, you're a moderator now. All right. So I don't know what good that is, but like I said, this Facebook stuff I'm learning as I go. But J Money has shared some stuff with us in the group, and that was a filtration system he built from a 25-liter tank. It was all built, and it pumps pure water, and you can use it for your water-fed pole. It's very, very cheap to make, so you don't need to have all this money to buy these expensive water-fed things if you know how to source out what it is you're trying to do and how much involved you want to get into it. So I took the DI filter off. Y'all know that this is my trolley. I've been filling this thing up with distilled water. Yes, I do have a 1-stage Unger 1-stage, and I just have to buy resin. But that's big, and I thought that I'm trying to stay compact, minimal, and portable. All right, so the problem is I'm buying water, right? The second problem is I got to keep filling it up. So what I did was I went to Home Depot. I got connectors. This whole thing right here was like $25, man. It's unreal. I couldn't get it in plastic because all they had, brass is expensive. But I assure you it's probably going to hold up a lot more. There's a gasket in there. All right, so the idea of what I'm going to do is the water is going to come from your tap, right? From your hose line, from either the faucet itself or from your hose. It's going to come through here, right? Pass through the DI, right? You follow me so far? And then it's going to come out here, right? You see this cap? This is beautiful, man. It was almost like this thing was made for me to build for what I'm about to do now. So there was a hole here. Let me just spin this off. There was a hole here, right? I don't know why it was there, but I guess it's so pressure doesn't build up. But from the garden hose, it's going to come through here, right? Out through here into the tank, right? So when I'm going around the house, I will never ever have to fill this thing up because it will always be pure water once it gets through the filtration system and then trickle down into here. Now, according to J Money, that it will take about 10 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes to fill this up, give or take a few, right? That's plenty enough time, right? So I will never run out of water. The only problem is if I lay the pole down, because this is all going to be operated by remote. If I lay the pole down, this thing is going to be still filling up unless I turn the water off. I don't want to have to do that, right? So what I'm going to do is, this is actually going to be in here, coming from inside the tank, and then it's going to plug right into here, and it's going to be a float valve, a 1/4-inch float valve. No one sells this in my area, so this I have to order. And when the water level trickles out from the float valve and it reaches that level, the float valve is going to level off and shut the water supply off. This is my hypothesis. This is my speculation, right? I seen how it should work, and I don't see why it wouldn't work, right? So every time that water gets low, it'll kick back on, and it'll bring it to that level again. I never have to worry about this spilling over or overflowing, right? I have unlimited water source. I don't have to go through jugs. I actually save more water and more money. And this, I don't know how many, this is what I have to document, and I have to get back to y'all. I don't know how many gallons of water. This handle is getting lazy, man. I have to put a screw on that, fix that. But I don't know how many gallons this will produce, which is why I may have add a second one to it, right? I have another one the same size I could just add on to it. But I don't do a lot of houses, so I think it'll be, whatever it is, it's going to be a lot cheaper than buying gallons and filling that up, right? So if I get 30 gallons or 50 gallons out of that whole thing, that's good enough for me, because that'll get me about 4 or 5 houses done with this unit, right? And even if I gotta fill that back up, that resin is only gonna cost me like 10 or 15 bucks, if that, to get a package and fill that canister up, right? Now I'm good for another 5 houses, 50, 60, or how many ever gallons, right? 50 gallons, 60 gallons, or 80 gallons. So you do the math. If I'm spending for about 10 gallons, if I'm spending about $7, you're talking 7 times 5. That's that's $35, right? Yeah. If I'm spending $7 for 10 gallons, right? If that thing, let's say that thing takes about 50 gallons and then it's shot, right? So you got 5 times to 10 gallons at $7 a pop. So you're talking about $35 that I will be spending to fill this up by jugs of water. Now, it don't cost $35 of resin to fill this thing up. So the savings evidently is there. It may even last longer than 50 gallons. I don't know nothing about this. This is a total shot in the dark. But I know this is going to work because I say it's going to work. And even if it doesn't, I'm going to make it work. This is what we do, right? So I have a self-contained pure water trolley system that is compact and portable now, right? I may add a dual DI tank on this thing, though, for real. I don't know if that one will be enough, but we'll find out. We're going to test this out together. So in the meantime, I am going to operate this without the float valve and just turn the water on and just, you know, just keep an eye out on it, make sure it don't topple over. Or I'll just set my timer, 10 minutes, I'll know to turn this off, you know, if I'm on the other side of the house. There's another way I could do this. I could actually put my trad pack, tap into this line, put my trad pack on this trolley, right? And I can operate by remote and turn the water supply off. I could do it that way too. But then that means I have to have two remotes. One to turn a water supply off, filling the tank up, and the other one to operate this part of it for the water-fed pole. All right, so there you have it. Thanks, J Money, man. I can't wait to see what you come up with next. I saw that dual motor thing that you discovered. That's fantastic. I think I'm going to order that and actually wait till y'all see my next version trad backpack, right? This one is going to be not just for route work, but this is also going to be one for pure water. It's going to make its own pure water, all in the trad pack, right? It's still going to be lightweight. It's not going to be heavy. And also, if you want to do water-fed poling with that trad pack, you'll have that option, because I'm going to have, what I'm going to do here is going to be a miniature version of that. But it's only going to hold 1 gallon at a time. But check this out. It'll always stay full, but it'll stay on your back without all the extra weight. But it'll always stay full, because that is going to have a flow control valve in it. And it'll keep shutting off when it reaches that level. So you're always going to be having 1 gallon on your back at all times, which is going to allow you to be totally portable and maneuverable. There is no moving lines around, because it's all going to come from off your back. All right. The only thing you'll have to do is grab the line to pull the slack when it starts to pull the backpack. When you start feeling that backpack pull, that means that line is pulling on it, and you need to pull that slack. You know, yank that slack so it's not pulling on the bottom of the backpack. But if y'all get the general idea, wait till y'all see that. That's going to be my next version trad backpack. But this is Masters at Wagtail, and I'll see you on the next one.